Back in 1995, I was going through a transition within my life, and this absolute amazing lady, Vianna, came into my life. You know, she looked at the girl in back of me and told her that she was pregnant. And she looked at me and she told me what was going on in my life. And I was working at a little bitty place at our mall, and it was the Boot Ranch. And at that point in time, I decided that, you know, I wanted to go see Vianna. And she did an absolute amazing job of reading me. She told me everything about my life, went clear back to when I was 16, told me everything about my life. And it was really transforming for me, because for 2 years previous to that, I'd done nothing but cry. And when I met Vianna, I stopped crying, and I realized that, you know, I was going to be okay. I was actually out driving around, my daughter Anna and I, we were out driving around, and I hear, "You need to go see Vianna." I went, "She doesn't want to see me, she's busy." And I heard, "No, you need to go now." And it was like my car had a mind of its own. And I ended up along the Snake River in front of her office, and I went in, and she was having a really hard time walking. And she says, "I need to go to the hospital, I need to go to the doctor." And you know, Anna and I took and we loaded her up in my little car, and we took her to the little emergency care. And you know, it was there that she actually received her first diagnosis that she had cancer. And it was just really a shock for us all. You know, after she was diagnosed with cancer, first she went to the bone doctor, and then she ended up going to Utah. Like I said earlier, you know, our children ran and played together, and so I was probably one of the first people to actually find out the diagnosis that she had received. I remember, man, she was on crutches, and she couldn't walk. She was told that if she took and put any weight on the leg, in which they had actually done a biopsy on, and if she'd put any weight on that leg, it would take and it would break. And at that particular point in time, then, you know, the cancer would spread through the rest of the body. And, you know, I remember watching her from the top floor. I was on top of our apartment building, and she was across the way on the bottom. And I remember watching her in the mornings, going out each and every morning on crutches to go to work, because she had to take care of her children. In fact, I remember there were some friends who had actually gone to this potluck, and I remember the very first healing that she did. And after that, she actually healed her leg, and then we took and we started with the electroencephalograph, and being able to see that people were really going in to Theta. From the very beginning classes, I was within the ThetaHealing, and I followed it all the way through. I was in the very first teachers, you know, whenever we took and we said, okay, so let's take and teach the teachers this absolute beautiful technique from the Creator, into which people are actually able to take and to heal themselves. We watched it with Vianna. I mean, her leg instantly grew, you know, and it was absolutely amazing to take and to watch the healing technique. I mean, I've seen Vianna sick, and then I saw her well. In fact, we got a call, Anna got a call from Bobby, and she said, "You're not going to believe it, you're not going to believe it, my mom healed her leg, my mom healed her leg." And of course then it was Anna, Rachel, and I, and we're flying down the flight of stairs to go across the way, and sure enough, I mean,